Morning, everybody. It's another rainy day in Barrie. How many rainy days have we had through this whole process? But it's still nice enough. I'm sitting down here at Barrie's waterfront, one of the waterfront parks, and having an Egg McMuffin just to get my day started kind of calmly, serenely. Paula's going to be here about 10 o'clock. It's about 9:15 right now. So I'm going to head over to Home Hardware, get the screws for like drywall screws and anything else that, little things that we neglected to remember to get. Gonna get those, and we're actually getting started on the drywall this morning, so pretty exciting time. And yeah, so that's it. We'll see you in a couple of moments from Studio D.
Oh no! I can see that I'm very, very close to Home Hardware. However, I'm not getting... There's the sign for Home Hardware. On the other side of a parked train in the middle of the road. Hooray! Off to Allendale Home Hardware.
Alright, I got the screws, and I got this magical bit that prevents... I can't even get it, and I'm driving, and I shouldn't even be talking. I got a bit that it was like $1, and I thought that they would be way more expensive, just to keep you from putting a hole through the drywall. So that's really good. Got everything we need, and now I'm gonna go off to Studio D and work a hard day, have some fun, hang out with Paulo, drink a lot of coffee. That sounds like a really good idea. I'm sure we've all been there, but have you ever been so tired that you just stare at a project, stare at a room, and just think, what was I doing again? It's kind of how I feel this morning. I've got a pot of coffee on. Paulo will be here today. I don't particularly know what time. He said he'd be aiming for around 10. It's about 20 after 10 right now. So, but I just don't know, where to start. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do little odd miscellaneous things. I've been setting up, surveillance and just kind of doing a little bit of tidying, getting batteries on chargers and things like that, and getting kind of ready for doing the drywall. Also tried out the Dremel thing, and turns out that I had my speed setting on the Dremel at its lowest setting, so I turned it way up, and it was like, well, it cuts even better than I imagined. So anyway, so I'm just waiting for Paulo. I kind of need him, honestly, to order me around and show me what stuff I should be doing to help him and to get things ready for the drywall. I don't want to cut the stuff yet because I don't know exactly what his plan is and how to do it. I don't have a chalk line thing, the thing that you snap and it makes a perfect straight line to cut along. So it'd be really hard to get a straight line without that, so I need to know whether he has one or if we need to zip back to the hardware store again. I wish I thought of it when I was there, and pick up one of those. So in the meantime, I'm just going to get a couple things done as I'm waiting for Paulo to arrive, and then enjoy some coffee, and just kind of feel like I'm just a little bit zombie-esque today. So it's starting to catch up. Not burned out, just tired. So that's okay. So you just kind of need somebody to tell you, okay, you need this, this, and this, and then you can get to it. But all right. We use a radio that is made by Free Play. You remember them from being on the show, and this thing is great. I mean, you can crank it up, so you never have to put batteries in it. It doesn't have the capability of putting batteries in it. You can crank it up if you want, which is great for camping or whatever, but here, of course, you're not going to stand around cranking it. You keep it in the windowsill and let it charge up, which is cool because it's got solar panel, right, to charge up the batteries as well. But we've had rainy days over the past couple of days, so the battery was dead when I came in this morning. It wasn't working because there just wasn't any sunshine. Lo and behold, turned on the lights, and 5 minutes later the thing's got a charge because we've got these 5,000K lights, right? So it's basically simulated sunlight. So that's kind of cool. Guys, this vacuum that you bought for us is awesome. I took care of the dead mouse, not with the vacuum. Picked it up in a coffee cup with a plastic bag, but the vacuum just like sucked up all the gross stuff, and it's got the filters and everything, so I feel good about that. And it's bagless. I can just wash out the canister if there's any dirt and gruesome stuff. But I figured I'd clean up the dead mouse before everyone got here, because the only dead mouse we need in the Studio D has got a funky beat. So now I can get more ceiling tiles down, stack them. I had to stop stacking because I couldn't stack them on top of a dead mouse.
Does my hair look okay?
Hair looks great. Paulo's here. We were just kind of chatting and going over some of the stuff that we have to do today. General sense for how much work it's going to be. Full day, eh? Like we're a full day for two guys. Robert may be here if he's able to get here. That'd be nice. I've never done drywalling or anything. I figured we'd turn on the camera because, you know, those of you at home that maybe want to learn this kind of stuff, we're talking about the electrical stuff and all that, but we're not going to tackle that so much today because landlord can't get here to shut off the circuits. We don't have access to the electrical room directly, so we've got to get all this drywall cut out. My tool looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm going to follow along with the vacuum cleaner to suck up the dust as it's happening so that the cleanup, because the Dremel, I guess, what we have kind of determined is going to make a lot more dust than the Sawzall. Yeah. So if I follow along the vacuum, we're just going to alleviate the cleanup.
Correct. Yeah.
But so once we get the drywall in, you're saying we've got a mud, 3 coats of mud, and that's this big tub of goo that I bought.
Yeah, white goo. Yeah.
What does it do?
It actually secures, it does two things. It makes a nice smooth finish, and so that there is no bumps in like you won't be able to tell where the new one starts and the old one finishes and all that stuff.
Okay.
And it actually smooths out the whole wall, so it looks really nice.
And then what's the easy fill that we got? That's for covering the screws and stuff?
Yes, actually that stuff is more meant for the bathroom, for small jobs.
Right.
That's really meant for small jobs.
So are they the same thing?
And that one, normally you can get a big tub of that stuff.
That is like a powder. I think that makes a big bunch.
Okay. Oh, it is?
Yeah, like that's premix.
I thought that was
That's not premix.
Oh, okay.
So that might make more than it looks like. It's just a small little margarine sized container.
Okay. That's just a filler.
Okay.
We want to use that stuff.
That's the good stuff.
Compound.
Drywall compound.
We want to use that.
I'm learning.
Right.
You'll see these tubs. That's too
people,
heavy to lift up. To
some people say you can get away with 2 coats of mudding. Mm-hmm. You should really use 3 coats and really feather it out as far as you can do it.
So you scrape it on, let it dry.
You mud it on first. The
whole drywall. Like, do you paint it?
No, wherever there's a seam. The seam,
okay.
The screws.
Yeah.
You do all that first. You do the thin layer.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Mud all that. Then you wait till that dries.
Yeah.
Then you mud it again, except thicker, wider, a wider strip. So you might do this much the first time.
Okay.
This much the next time.
You're gonna, okay, and when he's going like this, you mean, here's the line where the drywall meets, I want to go thicker this way?
Yes, correct.
All right.
So if the line is here, you go this first time around, second time around, and then third time around. The wider,
so
the more feathered. Yes.
All right.
So the wider, the more
it's a gradient.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So the wider it is, the less you'll be able to see it. It's always going to be imperfect, but you won't be able to tell unless you really...
Because it's too wide.
Yeah.
So light is going to diffuse. Yeah, okay, I got it. Especially with these lights.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So when do we sand?
Between every coat.
So you just to smooth it out?
Yes, a light sanding. Some people take the scraper to scrape off thing, but
that sounds risky.
Yeah.
Scratch it up.
That doesn't matter because you're putting another 2 coats.
All right.
But ultimately you should sand it. Sanding, it's a light sanding. You don't have to go heavy sanding. It's a light sanding.
People say it's really dusty. Is that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got face masks.
Yeah.
Just these cheap ones to keep the dust
That's
out of
all you
our
really need.
lungs. Yeah. Okay. So
That's it.
that's really. What else are we doing today? I might pull down a couple ceiling tiles and do some more vacuuming if we have time.
While you're doing that, I can do the other electrical.
Okay. We're gonna put in some receptacles and things.
Yeah.
He's not gonna wire them in just yet because like I say, we can't turn off the power. But at least we can, I guess, run the BX cable.
Oh yeah.
Can we talk about BX cable?
Sure.
Just briefly, because we had Anthony here, and Paulo, he was saying that what you demonstrated to go like this.
We'll start from the beginning.
Okay, so this is BX cable, and when I go like that, it opens up right there, and so then I can go like this.
Yeah.
And you're showing me that now I can
Open it up and cut it.
open it up there. And, okay, and I'm not good at it. This is BX cable.
Now
so,
there's something else called MC cable.
and that's what Anthony was talking about.
Metal clad cabling, yes. Metal clad cabling. If you did this to metal clad cabling, you destroy all the wires inside.
Why is that?
Why? Because the wires are thinner. thinner gauge,
Yeah.
they start at 16 and go 16, 18, 10, 20, 22, and all the way to 40.
Okay.
Okay. Also, MC cable does not have fire retardant paper inside. This does.
Is it really? Okay,
Yeah.
because it looks just like
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
not.
newsprint.
No.
They wrap it in
No,
newsprint.
it's fire retardant and moisture.
And it keeps the ground from coming in
Yeah.
contact with
Yeah.
this cable. But of course, this
Yeah.
cable, it's going to be grounded because it's touching the junction box.
No, this cable might not go all the way back to the junction box.
Okay.
Notice how there's piping coming in,
But
and
this
then just
this is going to be grounded because it goes into a lighting fixture that is grounded.
no, we're grounding it with the ground wire.
No, I know the light itself is grounded, but the shield will be grounded, right?
Not necessarily, no, because this doesn't always go directly back to the panel. And when you go back to the panel,
Yeah.
the only way it's grounded is if there's a ground wire going all the way back. Here's another thing.
Okay.
With MC cable,
Yeah. This is the other cable, not the stuff we're using.
you can use this as the ground.
On MC cable.
MC cable.
Because it's
You
the
can
lowercase
ground
one.
it with this.
Yeah. Watch,
Sorry,
watch
sorry.
the eyes, man.
Sorry, you can ground MC cable using the sheathing, the metal sheathing. Okay.
Okay.
It's against. It's a violation of electrical law if you use this as a ground, the outside.
On BX cable.
BX.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
So it is safe to do
Yes, it
that
is. It's
with
actually-
BX cable,
Yeah.
but not MC
Right.
cable.
correct. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Now
Because
we
if you were to do that, you would destroy the cable inside on MC cable.
All right.
And if you notice,
They look similar.
yes, actually, this MC cable is made out of aluminum.
Okay.
BX is made out of metal.
Sounds like a whole lot of BX.
All right. So, and the two should not be confused because if that happens, there'll be too much of a load on an MC cable and it'll start burning on the inside. MC cable just has a thin.
Oh.
MC
Okay.
cable just has a thin plastic, transparent plastic that they use, that wrap around the wires that they use to keep in place as they wrap the aluminum around it. Now this paper is fire retardant and moisture.
So it actually protects against
Yes.
fire.
And also it also wraps around itself
Yeah.
as it's at the length of the wire as well.
Okay. So if I have a cable that looks like BX cable, I can
Yeah.
tell if it's MC cable because there's no paper.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Very good.
All right.
And there's a ground. BX always.
Oh, right.
BX always
Yeah.
has a ground. MC cable does not.
Oh. Okay.
That's the big difference.
Yep.
And the gauges are different.
On the wire itself.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
So this one starts
Now
at
we know.
14. It goes 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 2, 3, 2, 1.
The lower the
Gauge, the
gauge,
thicker the wire.
thicker the wire.
Yeah.
One must be.
One is like that. Like that.
Can you imagine having to
also-
run a copper?
Yeah, try and
cable?
cut it.
Yeah, good luck.
Try and cut that.
That's when the hacksaw
Yeah.
comes in.
Yeah.
The Dremel tool.
Oh yeah, and you should never use a hacksaw to cut this.
I'm gonna let Anthony know. Why is that?
You risk cutting the cables inside.
What if you are paying attention? I guess it's one of those. That would be one of those
Yeah.
things where that's cutting a corner. If you're
Yeah.
extremely careful,
there's actually
if an inspector was standing there watching you, you get in
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah, you would.
But if you did it right, it wouldn't be a problem.
Actually, what the inspector will be looking for is whether or not, if he saw you do the hacksaw, you'd fail automatically.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. There's a special tool you can use. You put the MC cable. It's called an MC cutter. Ultimately, it's
okay.
called an MC cutter.
Yeah.
But they call
is
it.
that the one that you? Zzz?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Okay.
So you go like
I've seen
actually
it.
it goes like this. You clamp it down and you go, and you can remove the cable
Right.
nice and smoothly.
Okay, so that's the real way to do it.
That's the real.
So what's our way to do it?
Which way? The BX or
Our
MC?
way is the bend,
Yeah.
because it's BX,
Yes.
and then just wire snips.
Yes, yes, you can do it
Okay.
that way. Only on BX.
Right.
Can't do it on.
And then we're sticking that red shielding on there to keep
yeah.
it from.
Also on the red shield part,
Yeah.
the bushing, you don't have to put it on MC cable, but everybody does.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably safest.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Cool. Thanks for the info.
No problem.
All right, let's get to work.
Okay.
Get to it. And by get to work, I mean stand around and drink our coffee some more.
We're gonna do a chalk line across here.
Alright.
So here, grab this side. You're gonna get glue all over here.
Awesome.
Look like find this thing.
Where am I going with that?
Mine all the way
Just.
in.
Oh, all the way to the end.
Yeah. Tell me if you found
And I line it up to the line that you've given me.
Correct. We're gonna have to pull it taut, okay? Let me know when you're...
I'll get in place and then I'll tell you.
Okay. Ready?
I am in place.
There we go. Okay, go like this, Robbie. On your side, go like that.
Okay. Well, it's there.
It's there?
I don't need to.
Oh, nice. There we go. Okay, that doesn't look good.
Cut something.
Alright, cool.
Look, I cut Robbie.
Ah, gross.
Alright, okay, so that's our cut line. Now you guys can't we can't see that on camera very well. There it is. It's a, well, if I zoom in, there's a perfect blue line.
Right on.
Going all the way to the edge.
Now
Look
we're
at that.
doing it at 4 feet because...
Now we're not doing it at 4 feet though.
Yeah, we're doing
let's
slightly.
be really precise so the people watching at home
4
understand.
feet plus an inch.
Okay.
And the reason why we want to do that is we want to have some way for the wall to breathe underneath.
Yeah.
And
that way, if I want to sweep stuff under the wall,
No,
my
shouldn't.
peas.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Okay.
All right, so that's why. For expansion and contraction, that's the other thing. So do you want to give me a hand? Maybe hold it right here, so that we get a nice crisp line. Normally you don't have to because a professional would just go, yeah, I know where it is. Okay, ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna cut along that line.
All right. I'll check out my new tool. It's pretty great. Okay, so we need to adjust the depth of it.
Very good. Yeah.
How deep do we want this?
Drywall depth.
Drywall depth. So we've got drywall over here.
Half an inch.
Okay, I'm gonna flip around here.
1/4 inch or 1/2 inch drywall.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, ask the guy with the measuring tape.
It's 1/2 inch.
1/2 inch?
Yeah.
So how?
Oh no, that's too far.
Come on. Okay, here let's get you in here so you can see.
That's way too far.
Yeah. All right. You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoa.
Like that?
No.
Okay. So
See,
do
that-
I want it to cut right through?
Notice
All the
how
way?
there's it's
Yeah.
tapered at the end, right where the taper ends.
Like
So,
that?
a little bit further.
A little bit further?
There. That's it. Too much.
Too enough?
There you go.
Okay.
A little bit further in. Sorry. There we go. That's good.
Now, this drywall is possibly thinner than the stuff that we're cutting. Does that matter?
Say that again.
This isn't the drywall we're cutting, but we're using this to measure. I think that the other stuff is 3/4 inch.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
Oh.
Well, I ripped it up with my bare hands.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. So let's go see. Oh, it is. It's 3/4.
Now I'm gonna have to add a sensor bead.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Oh, did I see?
Oh, sorry. This is PG. Backstage pass is PG.
I mean, shoot. Shoot.
Doohickey! Okay, I'm gonna
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna have to sensor bead you.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna cut out a piece. Watch out.
Okay. And see if it.
Okay. Now you were gonna use this as our guide. See? I was way too far.
Yeah, too far.
Okay, so that you hold that.
See that?
Oh yeah, I can smell burnt
Yeah.
styrofoam. That's great. Bring that right on there. I think that's pretty good.
Okay. Oh, barely just a smidge.
A hair?
A hair. This is our first attempt doing it this way. Normally there's guides down here.
There are.
This is all amateurish.
This is really amateur. Okay, so what am I looking for? Here, I'll do this. I'll line it up to the guide and we'll see
Yeah.
how accurate it is.
Right on. There you go. Perfect. Okay.
Try not to force it. Nope, it's just cutting right through like butter.
Beautiful. That's it. That's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect. Oh yeah. Nice.
Great. So do I get started on this line, or do you want to try it?
No, it's your tool. Hold on, let me get the vacuum cleaner.
Okay, yeah. Vacuum's here.
Now, don't force it. Like, just.
You know what? You should probably be doing the cutting because you have done this kind of thing before, and I feel very like an amateur because I never have.
The first thing we should do is score it.
I have no idea what that means.
Scoring?
Yeah.
Score the blue line.
Right.
First.
We're gonna cut the blue line, right?
I'm sorry?
We're gonna cut it.
Okay.
Okay.
Scoring.
We use such fancy terms.
Scoring. And try to get it.
Oh, with that thing.
Yeah, just score it.
Oh.
Just scoring it, that's it.
Okay. He's gonna score the line. Goal! Okay. And that just is a guide.
Correct.
Like when I punch a little hole where I'm gonna screw in a screw so that
See,
it's in
normally-
the right spot.
Normally I have a huge giant level that I bring.
Yeah.
I forgot it.
Yeah.
So.
It's all good. We don't pay you very well.
0. So we're just gonna do a score.
Okay.
That way we have a guide.
So how's your day going?
Oh, you should do that in fast motion.
This year? Oh yeah. he's
with,
quick.
with that song.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you should do that in fast motion. Oh, you should do that in fast motion.
Well, we've got bad news. Should we start with the good news?
The good news.
Okay.
Always start with good news.
Okay. The good news. We got lunch. That was really yummy. We made a shopping list and we zipped out to Allendale Home Hardware. We got everything that we need
Right on.
to get everything done.
Yep.
And it's good. We got the Dremel bit to continue, not the bit, but the thing that holds the bits in place. Then we got back and got down on our knees to start working here, and there's still water coming in. So I tried getting a hold of Robert because we haven't seen him in a while, but he has been here during hours that I'm not here, doing some stuff. We aren't really sure what remains to be done. So I'm hoping to hear back from him so that we can just know, okay, well, that's because that window isn't done yet or something like that. Either way though, we're not gonna be able to put up drywall.
And you can see it, it's really wet here. With the exception of that little tiny spot right there.
I probably sat down and absorbed it into my butt. So we're gonna cut away the drywall just like we planned. Maybe set up the electrical receptacle
Yep.
that we need to do in the
Yep.
in there, and the lights we're gonna put in another light. We can't wire it because we don't have the ability to flip the switch, the breaker. That sucks. And Paulo, how long does it take you to get here?
An hour.
Hour?
Yeah.
You drive fast,
Yeah, on the highway. I mean, no, I follow the speed limit.
of course. I was gonna say an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but yeah, an hour. Okay. All right, well, we'll do what we can, and
Yeah.
that's really all we can do.
It's still not a waste of a day.
No, yeah, I guess there's still a lot to do,
Yeah, there is.
but it means coming back just to get the drywall up, which means we can't mud this week. That was the plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then that means we can't paint next weekend. So we're set back at least a week, maybe 2. And that's based on if you're available.
Correct. Yeah.
So if he's unavailable, then we're
Anybody that knows how to do, like any contractor knows how to do it, it's simple stuff. I mean,
No,
it
I
is.
know.
Yeah. It's not that difficult.
yeah.
We've done the most difficult part already.
All we did was have lunch.
No, I'm not. I don't mean today. I don't mean
so kidding.
I mean today.
Okay, so we'll do all that stuff, everything that we can, and then we'll come back. But that's where we're at, folks. So it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's where we're at. So I broke one drill bit on the drywall thing because I hit a piece of metal in the wall that we didn't know was there. And I got my first piece cut. And Paulo advises me that I should be able just to peel it right off, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go, moment of truth.
Hold on.
How do I do it? Peel. Should I just, like, just kind of quickly, just to be sure that I got every little bit?
Did you get this one, Steve? Yeah, looks like you got that.
I might have not gotten quite deep enough around some points. Right here.
Yeah, it looks like you did there.
You see, this is the thing. There are certain points of this drywall you cannot get through it with an X-Acto knife. Like that is just, it's like plaster.
Oh.
I don't know if the water getting in has caused it to turn to a different material. That I can't cut through that.
All right, this is.
So I got drywall. So. This is just our first piece, and it's a bigger job than I expected to get the old drywall out. It all just away. Robbie doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right, do it.
Okay.
There you go. Oh. Okay, try.
Still some paper behind it, I think.
Oh, where's the knife? So what do you think? Is it easy?
No. There we go. See, that's better. And no mold.
Nice. Oh, it's nice and dry. And you can see where
yeah, there's there is wet coming in.
Still.
So I just hope that we can get that resolved before this gets wet.
Yeah.
And it's gonna go to the lowest point.
That's a nice cut too. Eh?
It's pretty clean, right?
Yeah.
So that bit was pretty good, but it's kind of a bit of a hobbyist. And this is, oh, that must be part of why I couldn't cut through. I was getting into the metal. But I think it's a bit more of a hobbyist tool, eh? Like like for cutting a piece out where you want to put in a new electrical outlet.
Yeah, but we had nothing else, right? So.
Had nothing else. It was a lot better than having to go at it with an X-Acto knife. But it's still time consuming, and I lost a bit. And it does get very, very hot, and we ran into some trouble with the bit coming out and stuff. So, but we'll get there one board at a time. I wanted to show Paulo this, and I want to show everybody else this. X-Acto knife through this. I was just butter, nice and easy. The landlord said, "Well, just use an X-Acto knife for the whole thing." And I said, "No way," because I already tried that doing everything else. Paulo just tried this, and I said, "Give this a try." You cannot, even though over here, you give that a go. What is it?
What the? Hold on. Let's try this.
Get a little bit more blade. Think that's going to do it for you?
It's solid.
It's solid. It's like trying to cut through hardwood.
What the hell is that? It's like, yeah, it feels like concrete.
So this is what we're up against, and that's probably why I broke a bit. But you cannot. There's no way. And this is what I was up against when I did the... So I don't know if it's... Do you think, Paulo, because it got so wet, that could have done it?
Yeah.
It's turned into some kind of a flash or something? Sounds like my kids are here. Hey, guys.
Hi, where's the
Cool.
mouse?
Where? The dead
Mouse is gone. Dead mouse is gone. Hey, kids. What's going on?
We came here because Mama said we were gonna give you Advil.
Thanks. Cool.
But you need Advil.
Oh, headache. Okay. Kids just came to say hi with their mom, and now we're able to move pretty quickly. I just
you know, now that I got through the first one and I know what I'm doing, I can do this pretty quick. But we are finding that the mold has moved its way up because there's still water coming in. I didn't obviously know that. So we're gonna have to get that fixed right away. So I'll just show you how quick we can get through this now. I don't need a good straight line really, because this is just the junk that I'm cutting through. See, nice and quick now. There, but you can see what we got going on. But at least we can get this out of here real fast. That's good. And making progress. Okay, check this out. Literally, it's moving super fast now. It's only been, what, 5 minutes since I last punched out the video. Seriously fast. Now that I know how to do it. That's the thing. You can't just tell somebody how to do it, which is cool. I mean, I appreciate all the advice I've been getting, but it's really, really hard for me, the computer guy, to figure out from what you tell me, you know, go like da. Paulo comes in, showed me how to do it. He did help me do the first one, and then now it's like smooth sailing for the rest of the way.
Easy
peasy, he says. So that's going to be a lot better, and it's moving really, really fast. We've got black mold that has grown. Now it used to be up to about here. I'm going to move back here so you can see. It used to be up to about here. So I cut out. Now, because the water's still coming in, the black mold is up to about here. So we still got about a foot where we're safe. If the water keeps coming in, the problem's going to be, it's going to be here, and it's going to grow up. Yeah. And then we're going to lose the whole wall. We're going to have to replace all the drywall. Don't want to do that. So we got to get the top windows caulked. We were outside and saw that's what's happening. So these windows have been done. The top ones haven't. So the water's still coming in during the rain, getting inside the walls and bleeding out. The styrofoam in some places you can actually feel is a bit spongy. So beyond that, Paulo is going to go around and bolt these down with the concrete because these are not to regulation, as we learned last time he was here on day 10.
That's correct.
And so he's going to get those in. I'm going to get the rest of the walls down, and then we're going to be moving forward, I guess, over the next couple of weeks. So, all right, so we're going to do a chop. I'm kind of crouching because the video camera's like way down here. I feel like a surfer dude. We're going to do the far wall, get the chalk outline done, so that I can do that this coming week. Because that's, you know, Paulo's got the mad skills when it comes to the electrical and stuff, so he's focusing on that right now while I do kind of the grunt work. The ripping of the drywall. All right, let's do this. This is what Andy was talking about. Being able to pull stuff off like this.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how.
First step is clear all this stuff with screws, right?
Yeah.
Clear everything with screws, clear everything, that's nice. And then you rip the drywall and sand this stuff off. So you have nice clean
Sand the paint off.
Yeah, sand the paint off. Minimum about 5-6 inches. And mud, first coat, let it dry.
What is taping for?
Sorry, tape.
Taping the mud?
Yeah. But in order for the tape to stick, put a little thin coat of mud. Okay? Yes. Very thin.
Sure.
Yes, yeah, pepper.
Yeah. I'm getting quicker and a heck of a lot better at just pulling off big chunks with a nice straight line. So it's looking pretty good. Making excellent progress. My hands are sore. Look at how red my hands are. Can you see? You can see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're red.
Yeah, from just. I think that's the X-Acto knife because I.
Nice job, eh? That's good.
I think I get how to use an X-Acto knife now, but there are points in that drywall where it's nasty and it's hard to get through. But yeah, could have probably gotten away with doing the whole thing with with an X-Acto. Did this fall with the cutter that I got for the Dremel? Broke a bit and everything, and it was kind of tough. This wall was all X-Acto knife.
Yeah.
Paulo's got a good X-Acto knife though.
Yeah.
So that made a difference. You've put in some electrical, secured down the electrical outlets. We've got one that was filling up with water.
It's all rusted.
That's always safe.
Yeah.
So yeah, the inside of the box is all rusted right out and everything, and so that whole thing has to be replaced with the BX cable, everything.
Yep.
Otherwise, okay. So we didn't get drywall up today like we planned. We have the drywall. We've got all this stuff. What's next? I'm gonna put up the drywall. I'm gonna start mudding the bathroom. That's gonna be my test romping ground to learn how to mud. Because we don't. Yeah, I'm gonna watch a YouTube video and figure it out. So, I guess Paulo and I will talk offline, off the air, about when Paulo can get back. Because he says anybody can do it. Anyone can show you. Well, okay. How's your availability? I mean, everybody's. Yeah. It's all voluntary, right?
Yeah.
And you're here as a volunteer, and we appreciate you and all the work that you're doing. But I'll be honest, there haven't been 10 people calling me up and saying, "Hey, I'd like to help do drywall." You're the guy. So unless somebody else who's watching this decides, "Hey, I can be there Wednesday and get it done, so that when Paulo comes, you can do the taping."
Cool.
And then that's cool too. But
any little bit helps.
that's it. And the sooner we can get in here, the better. I've got most of these tiles down. Paulo and I think you agree that even though painting them is going to add some weight to them, it's probably the best way to go. It's going to make them look the best. And I'm going to secure up. We've got some good heavy grade cable that is going to help hold up that extra weight. We're going to do that properly as well because the ceiling is not really held up properly. So we're going to fix all that as well.
Cool.
Lots of surprises. Lots of work. And we'll get there. Thanks, Paul.
You're welcome.
Cheers, man.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
And make sure you go over to cat5.tv/studio for more info on what we're doing here. And of course, we would really appreciate your support. Paulo and I are talking about, do we go with the 4K camera and wait until the funds are there? Do we just, we've got enough money to buy a 1080p camera for the Studio D project? And Paulo is kind of, you are kind of saying, well, you know what?
Save.
Wait. And that's the mindset that
The price always goes down.
Price goes down. And I think Paulo, through our discussion, understands why a 4K camera is really necessary here.
Yeah.
Has to do with the space.
Yeah.
1080p means the camera's going to have to be pretty far back.
Yep.
1080p means we lose resolution. So when we zoom in digitally, it's going to be blurry. We're not going to be able to do that. So we're always going to be standing far back from the camera, and we're going to look far away. 4K, we're going to be able to get the face close-ups that we have right now, which we're going to lose because right now we're in such a small space. The camera is arm's length away from us. Not going to be possible here. So here's hoping. So please contribute if you can, and we'll put that directly toward the camera. Hopefully we'll be able to get that 4K camera. I'm going to wait because Paulo says to wait.
Yeah, always wait.
But we have to make sure that we've got a camera in here that works when we go live. Yeah. So that's it, folks. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next day's video. Bye for now.
Bye.